Hello everybody and welcome back to another upload on Elden Ring. And today I'm going to be showing you my Placidusax's Catalyst build. Or, no wait, no, Dragonlord Catalyst. Where you use the powers of the ancient dragons against your foes. So the weapons for this build are going to be the bolts of Gransax, the Dragon King's Cragblade. And, okay, so this you can use technically whatever you want. I'm using a Dagger, and I'm putting Bloodhound Step on it for convenience, but you can also put Golden Vow if you don't want to use an incantation slot, but it's really up to you. This is just what I'm doing, and also the Dagger does have a second use that I will come to eventually, but that will come with time. And then you are going to use the Gravelstone Seal. I would suggest everything getting to plus 10 and 25 except for the Dagger. You will wear the Malformed Dragon Armor. The talismans that I'm using for this build are the Dragoncrest Great Shield Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Lightning Scorpion Charm, and the Phlox Canvas Talisman. I'm doing a split of 10 Crimson Tears, 4 Cerulean Tears. My Wondrous Physic has the Lightning Shroud Crack Tier and the Opaline Bubble Tier. And the spells I'm using for this build are Fortisax's Lightning Spear, Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike, Lanciax's Blade, Placidusax's Whirl, and the reason we have the Dagger, Dragonlord. So the Wondrous Physic obviously is going to boost damage, and yeah. Oh, obviously, Bolt of Gransax we're using for Dash of War, Lightning Sphere. We're going to use the King's Cragblade for the Lightning Platform, and yeah, that's about the whole build. It's kind of hard to do a damage test because I don't want to kill Muriel again after what happened in my last video. So let me think for a tanky. I can't think of anything, but that's not really important. So yeah, I'll just do another showcase with a front-facing camera. So this is the platform. This is what this is ancient dragon the lightning strike. This is Lanciax's Blade. This is Placidusax's. And then this is Spike's Dragon Ball. Hold on, let me just. If you're wondering why I'm talking so quietly and why you probably couldn't hear my voice during that demonstration, is because it's pretty late at night for me right now, so I don't want to be too loud while recording this, but it's really the point. Alright, so that's my dragon build. I'd say it's pretty fun. I haven't used it to kill any bosses, but I'm about to go fight my cliff with it. I will do a update in the comments about that. Oh, another thing. Here's the stats. 70 vigor, 40 mind, 30 and 50 endurance, 20 dexterity, 20 strength, 40 dexterity, 10 intelligence, 50 faith, and 10 arcane. Now, depending on what your stats are, like depending on what you started with, like if you started with astrologer and you wanted to try this build, your base stats would be different. So I believe you would have 15 or 20 intelligence if you wanted to even it out. It really just depends on whether or not you care about evening it out. Like, the only reason that some of these stats are what they are is because I wanted to just even out how they look, just to make it look cleaner. That's why I'm not really leveling up my character, because I feel happy with the level that it's currently at, and everything is different. But yeah, that's about it. This build does pretty insane damage with its Ashes of War's reign, with when you have the Wondrous Physic buff active, somewhere in the realm of like 2,400 to 2,700 every time. Its basic attacks are actually relatively weak damage-wise. Oh, another thing, you don't have to use both of these. You can use either or both. But the thing is that there's not really any other good options for red lightning weapons, because for katanas, the Dragon Scale Blade does ice lightning, and then the Ashes of War all do normal lightning. So these are kind of your only two options. You could technically use whatever weapon you want as long as it can be infused with Vike's Dragon Bolt. But this is just what I found to look the best and work the best, just because of pure raw lightning damage. Another thing that's just important if you're going to be using this build in dueling at the Ray Lucaria main gate down here, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, the main academy gate. So Ray Lucaria has a tendency to rain a lot, and apparently there's a hidden thing in the game where when it's raining, lightning does 20% more and fire damage does 20% less. So if you're ever dueling there and you're using a lightning build and it's raining, you are at a just technical game coding level advantage. So yeah, that's all the tips that I have, and that's about it. Another thing, just a few extra things before I leave off the video. Fortis X's Lightning Spear does very little damage with the ranged waves, but the initial strike down does a lot. So if you can use it when you're at close range, that's better. Ancient Dragon Lightning Spear does do an odd pattern, so it's probably good to figure out exactly how it works. Lanciex's Glaive I haven't really tested, but I believe if you hit them with the glaive and not just the wave that it sends out, it does more damage, similarly to Fortis X's Lightning Spear. Placidus X's Ruin is incredibly difficult to actually aim, but if you can get it to hit a few times, it does somewhere in the realm of like 1700 per, or maybe 800 per, I forget exactly how much. Vike's Dragon Bolt increases, I believe, your stamina. I mean, I can just look at the buffs that it gives you, hold on. It looks like it gives you slightly the best defense at the cost of more carry weight and increased lightning damage, I think, but I can't really tell, just based on the buffs that it gave me, but, you know, use it at your own discretion, but it does seem to lower your defense. Alright, that's about it. So yeah, just remember, this is a spear, and technically, the Bolt of Gransax is better in all of the stats that it scales with. However, the Dragon Knight's Cragblade does have higher dex, so if you're going to run really high dex with this build, like 90 dex if you're a really high level, like 300, 400, then maybe Dragon King Cragblade would do more damage, but I don't know. Another thing, I believe lightning damage scales with dex, not faith, so, you know, you're just going to have to figure that out in testing. But I assume that just based on the fact that all of the weapons that use it don't have faith, and they all use dex as their main scaling. Like, look. Bolt of Gransax C, dex scaling, Dragon King's Cragblade B, dex scaling, and require a high amount of dex. But none of the spells require dex, so I'm not entirely sure. And as for where you get these spells and stuff, okay, so this build is also relatively late game in several new game pluses, depending on whether or not you're going to do it. Lord Contenders Evergales, where you get Vike's Dragon Bolt. Both of the Ancient Dragon Lightning Strikes you get like right here-ish in Crumbling Fair Missoula, down here. Lanciex's Glaive you get from killing Lanciax in Altus Plateau, which is like, I believe you fight him like here-ish, yeah, right here. Placidus X's Ruin you get from killing Placidus X, which is a secret boss in Crumbling Fair Missoula that is like, right, well this is where the Grace is, but I believe the way you enter the boss is like somewhere over here-ish, I don't remember where, exactly like over here. But it's better to look up a video guide. Fortis Ax's Lightning Spear you get from killing Fortis Axe in the Deep Root Depths over here by Fia. Yeah, that's about it for the incantations. So Bolts of Gransax you get before fully burning the Erd tree over, you pick it up off the spear. So like over here-ish, I believe is where it is. But it's kind of hard to show on the map, but it's like over here, I think it's right there, like on top of this, like near the spear, this end. Dragon King Cragblade you get from actually killing Dragonlord Placidus Axe. It's from his remembrance, so you should duplicate it if you're going to copy this build. Malformed Dragon Armor you get from killing the Draconic Tree Sentinel at the end of this bridge, right here, right before Malekith. The Gravelstone Seal, the Gravelstone Seal you get from killing a Landel Knight right here in front of the Fortified Manor, or the real Round Table Hold as some people like to call it, like around here-ish. He's a pain in the ass to fight, so good luck, but he's just annoying. Yeah, I think that's it for all of the items. The Erdsteel, I mean, technically you can use whatever dagger you want, but if you want to completely copy the build, Erdsteel dagger you get from I don't remember exactly what multiple ways you can get it, but I know that you can get it from talking to Kenneth Height right here next to the Third Church of Marika. And I think that's about it for stuff from the build. The Thundering Crack tier I don't know, and the Opaline Bubble tier I'm not sure about, because I don't really remember all of the Bubble tier locations, because I've kind of just been, I got them quite a while back. Oh, another thing, if you're going to use a specific Ashen Summon for this, it's really up to you which one you decide to use, but if you want to be as thematic as possible, you can use Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff, but I have not tested him, so I do not know how good he is. He seems like he's relatively tanky, but I don't exactly know what he does. It looks like he's just a normal Landell Knight, but that's for you guys to test. I've just been using Mimic tier because he's really tanky and just generally good. But obviously, if you're trying to keep it thematic, the only ones that match it are Mimic tier and Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff. Alright, well that's going to be all for the video, and I will see you guys next time. This has been the Generic Gaming Podcast, and I don't know if I'm going to double upload this with another build that I recorded about a day ago, or if I'm going to just kind of save them for multiple uploads in a row and just have them premiere at different dates, or even if I'm going to record another video with a different build, even though I'm out of Larval Tiers, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys next time, and you know, I don't know what the next build is, so I don't really have any sneak peeks. This has been the Generic Gaming Podcast, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!